This lazy little boy didn't want to go to school, so he asked the farmer to turn him into a yellow ox, thinking that in this way he could sleep in every day and never have to go to school. But just then, his father happened to pass by. When his father found that the family's yellow ox was lying on the ground being lazy, he immediately picked up a whip and lashed it to make it work. The boy was helpless, and since he couldn't speak, he didn't dare to resist. He could only let his father's whip lash his body one after another. In the sweltering summer, he endured the nearly 30-degree high temperature and plowed the land. At night, he finally got home, but he couldn't go into the house to sleep and could only stay in the stinky couch. Even the food he ate was hay, which made the boy regret his decision. He cried all night in the couch. Early the next morning, his father planned to take the boy to work in the field. Just then, a boy came out of the house, and this boy looked very similar to him. The only difference was that the boy in front of him was very polite and loved studying. His father also liked this boy very much, even more than he had liked the boy before he turned into a yellow ox. The yellow ox felt regret and sadness in his heart, but now, no one knew his real identity. Under his father's merciless whipping, he could only endure the pain and keep working. Before, he had never thought that being a cow would be so tiring. After working for a whole morning, he didn't even have a sip of water. After plowing the land, he had to carry hundreds of cat ties of firewood and head to the market. In the afternoon, he also had to pull the exchanged goods and grains back home. But he was a human, not a cow, and couldn't stand such grievances. He accidentally collapsed from exhaustion, causing his father and the cart to rush into the river. Although his father swam out, all of his hard work for the whole day was in vain. At night, when he finally got home, he instinctively wanted to go into the house to sleep, but his father pulled him harshly, and he had no choice but to go back to the messy and dirty couch. Even the dinner that night was swill that was hard to swallow. The boy lay on the ground and cried bitterly, complaining that his mother didn't recognize her own son. Due to not eating or drinking for a long time and constantly doing intense work, the boy was already overwhelmed and deeply regretted turning into a cow. His father thought that the cow was deliberately being lazy and picked up the whip to teach it a lesson. When his mother heard the commotion, she quickly stopped his father, and the boy managed to escape being whipped. At this time, his mother noticed that the cow was foaming at the mouth and breathing feebly, so she quickly called her husband to take a look, and the man carefully examined the cow and concluded that it was old.